Wow. Amazing. Oh my gosh.
All right, so we're in the House Representative Chamber. So we're going to start our tour.
Cool.
What we'll do is we provide information about this room and some of the features in it. Then we'll move down to the third floor, which is probably the best unobstructed view of the interior dome. There's some large paintings at that level that I usually try to describe, but we may shorten that up a bit. The third floor is actually the entrance to the House Representatives and the Senate chambers. Unfortunately, I can't take the Senate because that's under construction.
Okay.
But then we'll move to the second floor, which has the constitutional officers. We'll walk to the Hall of Governors and end up in the old Illinois Supreme Court chamber, which is the third branch of government, our judicial branch.
Okay.
There's the tour.
Oh, okay.
So the House of Representatives here has 118 members. Of the 118, 70 are Democrat, 40 are Republican. The upper podium is presided over by the President or the Speaker of the House, Chris Welch. The lower podium is for the clerical team that supplies the support for maintaining the order in the room. Mm-hmm. The long, narrow boxes and the benches there for the press and pages.
Okay.
The seating at this level is called the gallery, where the general public can be allowed to witness legislative sessions.
Okay.
The voting is done by electronic buttons here.
Oh yeah, look at that.
On the corner of each desk, green, of course, votes yes, red votes no, and yellow votes present.
Right.
That white button in the upper left-hand corner turns their microphone on. It also alerts the speaker they'd like to be recognized. And off to the right of that is a blue button, a little hard to see the color, but that will show on a page to their desk if they have a question or they need assistance. Now, at the end of the debate, they make their vote choice at their desk, and it gets transmitted up to the roster boards there on the side in front of the room.
Okay.
All the legislators listed there. They can verify the vote was tallied correctly, and we get to see how they voted.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the individual who has been recognized to speak is also recognized at the very top of that screen so that everyone can hear and see what they have to say by closed circuit television.
Oh.
Okay. Those small chairs are unoccupied. The phones are on the desk of just the leaders of each party. And all the legislators have laptops so they can review the language of the bills before they vote.
Okay, right.
The voting starts in January. They're usually here through the month of May, and then they come back in the fall each year for a couple of weeks, generally in October, to kind of wrap things up for the year.
Oh, okay. I never knew that.
Now,
Interesting.
the ceilings here are hand-sculpted plaster cast moldings. They've been painted, glazed, and then finished in 24-karat gold.
Oh, wow.
The circular light is made of 8,000 pieces of stained glass in 29 colors. The chandeliers are 17.5 feet tall. They weigh 750 pounds apiece, and they're loaded with European crystal prisms. The marble that we'll be looking at as we pass through the building is mostly United States. However, there's both Italian and Swiss marble here in some quantity as well. Most of it's in the designs that are in the floors or hallways and rotunda. The wood you see is mahogany, and it's often trimmed with walnut burl. Even our carpet's pretty unique. We found a carpet loom in England that was 150 years old that could replicate the original carpet.
Nice.
But that carpet loom could only mill carpet like the original, 27 inches wide. So if you look down here, we can find the seam. There's 27 inches, because all of this carpet is actually strips of carpet.
Oh yeah, I see the seam right there. I got it.
It has to then be hand sewn together to get our floor covering.
Oh.
Now our Senate looks very much like this, only half as large.
Okay.
There's 59 senators, so the room is only half as big.
Mm-hmm.
Of the 59, 40 are Democrat and 19 are Republican, but they do have the upper podiums for the President of the Senate, and the lower podium is for the Secretary. He provides the clerical support for the body.
Okay. But that's under construction.
Yeah, well, it's not actually under construction. It's in the middle of all the construction.
Okay.
The Senate chamber had been restored back in 2006, but everything around it wasn't. So you can't get over there without having to go through a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah, that's what somebody was telling me. No, yeah, somebody's redoing this light box here. I can see that.
That's actually electric door opener.
Oh, gotcha.
ADA accessibility.
Gotcha. Yeah, where I live in Ottawa, where they did the Lincoln Douglas debate, it's Washington Park. Mm-hmm. And there's some historic, one of our governmental buildings is probably as old as this. Yeah.
All right, so from this vantage point is the inner dome that has the seal of the state of Illinois up there in the center. That's the eagle with the banner that's baked. This
I
says
didn't
state
see that.
sovereignty, national union.
Let me see if I can get that.
And all of that glass artwork is 42 colors and 9,000 pieces of stained glass. Above it, of course, the external dome with the flags on it. From the top of our flagpole to the earth, it's 405 feet. That's 74 feet taller than the U.S. Capitol in Washington. So this
Oh,
is
no kidding.
This is the tallest dome capital in the United States.
No way. I did not know that.
Yeah, so the ring right above us is plaster cast moldings. The statues at next level are all 10 feet tall because of their natural height. They're all prominent men in Illinois history.
Yeah.
These paintings here were added here during our centennial in 1918.
Oh.
They were painted on canvas and attached to the walls. This is industry. The one behind us is agriculture, and across from us is commerce. Of course, those are the big industries that have supported Illinois for such a long time.
Sure.
But since they were installed in 1918, that means they're over 100 years old.
Right.
I got another penny that's actually older.
Yeah, you say penny? You call it penny?
Penny.
You said you got another penny.
I
Or
got another painting.
painting. My bad. My hearing isn't what it used to be.
Is that right? I understand that. So this little
wow.
thing here features Colonel George Rogers Clark. He was from the Commonwealth of Virginia. And this is depicting a very watershed moment. When he came into the Illinois Territory to take possession of it from the British, the British had built that fort there on the bluffs just above his head at Kaskaskia. And Kaskaskia was, of course, the largest community in Illinois at the time. And then later on became our first state capital.
Oh.
So the point is this painting is 40 feet tall, 20 feet wide. It was painted by Gustav Fuchs. He was a German immigrant. He spent about a year penning this in 1886,
Wow.
just a couple years before the building was finished, at a total cost of $2,000. And today it's considered
That
to
was
be
probably like
priceless.
$2 million back then.
Well, I don't know that it was $2 million, but it was certainly more than
That was a lot.
2,000.
200,000. I don't know. Oh wow! Look at this marble. Wow.
Okay, so we moved down to our second floor. The third floor was the entrance to the House of Representatives
Right.
and the Senate. This floor has the constitutional officers on it. I'll describe those in just a moment. All the statues down here are all life-size.
Oh, there's
most-
Stephen Douglas right there.
That's right. And most of them are 20th century politicians. The two that everybody comes to Springfield to see is, of course, Abraham Lincoln and Douglas.
Right.
Abraham Lincoln was 6'4", 16th president.
Oh,
Had
shoot.
a lot of nicknames, including Honest Abe, the Real Splitter, the Emancipator. Kind of goes on and on. And he's looking over here at his political enemy. You've already recognized Stephen A. Douglas. He was 5'4". He was much shorter than Lincoln.
Yeah.
Had a deeper voice, but evidently he was a very effective opponent because his nickname was the Little Giant.
Right.
Now that frosted glass over there has been the reception area for our governor for the last 65 years. However, just recently they have now moved the governor out of our building
Okay.
temporarily during the construction, as well as the comptroller who had her office in the north end of the hall, and 40 of the 59 senators. They've all been moved temporarily to the Stratton building just to the west of us.
Yeah, the guy I'm waiting for is done. That's why I was trying to.
So the state treasurer is right over here behind the grand staircase.
Yeah.
That's Michael Frericks.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I got to bug out.
We're about a minute out here.
Oh, okay.
So this is the Hall of Governors. These are all the portraits of past governors of Illinois. They're displayed in the sequence in which they've served. Our Secretary of State, the second door is on the left, the last door is on the right, is our Lieutenant Governor.
Okay.
And
Cool.
toward that last room. But eventually they ran out of room here and a new building was built for them across the street.
Okay.
So this room has been repurposed, it's now used by the Illinois Senate. So the senators come down here and sit in various committees. They take comments from the general public, as special interest groups at that center table, with the idea of reducing the amount of debate time that's required for that bill before it comes up for a vote. It's got a lot of throwbacks historically, including Lady Justice up in the center of our ceiling. She has her sword drawn, ready to render justice, but look at her bare foot. Her foot is on top of those gold coins that are flowing out of that cornucopia,
Yeah.
trampling on them, showing no respect for the gold, the coins, or their value. The symbolism of that painting is that justice should not be bought. And we still have the word justice also imprinted in 24 karat gold on our walls here.
Yes, sir. Beautiful. All right.